Welcome to my channel. This is an introduction video, just letting you know I'm about to be working at the jeweler's bench initially to create the circle design. I finished it now, but at the beginning of the video I'm creating the piercing of the circle design to then be doming on the sandbag. So this is an introduction just to let you know the video is how to work with a sandbag. And if you have any questions or comments, please do let me know, and like and subscribe this video. I'm excited to show you, and do enjoy. Thank you from Deborah Glasgow. That I've been using since I was at jewellery school, and yeah, it's very handy. I use it with this type of hammer. I think it's a chasing hammer, and yeah, I use this hammer. And to file, I'm going to be, before I actually use the sandbag, I'm going to be filing around the metal just to give it a smoother finish. And my other tools that I'll be using with the sandbag is the doming punches. They're going to help me to be hammering and forming the metal. So how is everybody today? How has your day been? How has your week been? I hope you're dreaming, believing and creating. That's the motto of Biblos Glasgow Jewellery, that you can dream, believe and create anything. And on this channel, I encourage you to work with your hands, create anything, whether it's through fabric, through metal, through any type of material that you want. It's possible to create. So please do like and subscribe to this channel, and do leave any comments in the bottom comments. And yeah, I hope that we can connect, and I'd love to hear from you. And yes, I'll start using the sandbag. So this is a how to use a sandbag video, and it's sometimes when I'm creating, I just use it to rest my designs on. It's not just when I'm doming or changing the shape of the metal. Sometimes I'm making something and I need something to lean on, and sometimes maybe that's a self-taught thing that I've done. It's not something that I've been trained to do, but I like to lean against it and make things against it, and it's quite useful because of its three-dimensional shape. So I'm going to do some filing of the shape I have here. So I pierced this design, and it's a circle, more of an organic circle, and I'm just going to file it down to give it some more of a smoothness, because there is sometimes burrs on the metal around it, so you want to get rid of any burrs that are hanging off the metal, because we don't want people's fingers to be caught on them. So it's just removing any extra burrs. And sometimes another term, when you're piercing at the jeweller's bench, there might be leftover lemel. Lemel is the threads or the shards of metal that come off when you're piercing. The other term is called lemel. And yeah, so yeah, you just continue to file, and it's making the corners more smooth and refined, so that you're not having any rough edges. So then, having this sandbag, I can lean against it and do the necessary filing. So this is good if you may not have the space to use a bench pin at a bench. So having a sandbag, maybe on your sofa in front of the television, or you have other things that you have to look at, having the sandbag at the same time means that you're more flexible with what you're doing. You're not just solely at the jeweller's bench. And I like to sit sometimes in this space so that I can create, and it's a nice difference from being at the jeweller's bench. So having done that, I filed away the edges of the shape so that you can see that it's more refined. So it's made it a bit smoother. So I'm going to next try to create, so it's a flat circle that I have right now, but I'm going to try to create the necessary shape, more of a three-dimensional shape to the metal. So it's just continuously shaping it around the sandbag. Sometimes if it changes shape, you just readjust it. So that's continuously, it's already taking on another shape. Normally this is actually work hardened, so normally you would want to anneal it just to get it maybe like a cherry red annealing, so that it's more malleable. At the moment I'm doing it as a work hardened metal, so it's going to be more work for me, but for your future reference it would be good to anneal your metal before forming it at the sandbag. So it's no longer one-dimensional, it's starting to have its own shape. So that's the effectiveness of the sandbag, just being able to rest the metal against it as you're forming it. So I've done this method with the hammer, and it's created some effect for me that's quite nice. So I'm going to try to use now the doming punches to see. These are the doming punches for anybody who doesn't know what they are. These are doming punches, and they're used in the doming blocks to create those three-dimensional designs. So this is the first one, and I'm using a larger version as well. So those are the doming punches. And I'm just going to see what effect I could have by using that. So just continuously punching through. Hello, yes, just continuing on from there, I'm going to continue using the doming punch, and I'm going to be doing that with a doming punch, just creating the 3D effect. So it's becoming more of a 3D shape. So in working in your jewelry space or creating with your hands and making, I never consider myself knowing like everything that I'm doing and professing to have all the answers, but I've gained certain amount of skills with my jewelry making, and I would encourage people that any mistakes, mistakes are a good thing when you're working, and because you learn from them. And if you slip up or you don't handle the tool right, you can learn when you go to your jewelry classes or you go to any class. You can learn how to hold better, how to, if you're using the jeweler's saw, how to saw and pierce better. So there's never feel that you can't make a mistake. When I'm creating and producing, I allow myself to make errors, to make mistakes, so that I can learn to be stronger and more effective. And I think at any level as a jewelry designer, it's good not to always profess that you know everything. And I wouldn't on this channel profess that I have all the answers, but that I will show my creativity to the best of my ability. So it's starting to form this curved shape. I guess it's almost chasing it, really. The term that they use is chasing, and I guess it's kind of doing that. But the goal is to create a domed effect with the metal. So we have some movement in the metal there. So you can either use a hammer. You can use hammers, different types of hammers. That I have another hammer that is just as effective. It has a plastic head, so that's quite good for using with the metal, because what you won't get is all the marks on the metal if you use the head of a hammer that's not metal. So I would suggest to avoid having to file and use emery paper on all the markings to get rid of it. Just use a hammer that has a better non-metal head. So yeah, this is just a video to give you an idea of what you can do with the sandbag, and it's very useful. And I not only just for creating the 3D metal, I would also use the sandbag to lean on if you want to string necklaces, if you want to create any type of necklaces, bracelets. It's a very versatile tool, and I would always recommend it for any jewellery designer to invest in. Once you invest in the sandbag, it will last you a long time. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and do like and subscribe. And I love showing you what I do from my home studio space, my creative space, and do keep following and watching. Thank you from my channel. All the best and have a great day. And the motto of Biblos Glasgow is dream, believe, create. Thank you.